Alright, this is going to be probably one of the smallest weekly recaps I might ever make because of the fact that I only had 3 trades and I traded 2 days. That was the 22nd, 23rd. Of course, Thanksgiving was the 25th. The 24th, I was, traveling. And then the 26th, I was traveling back. So at that point, I wasn't really able to trade these 3 days. In theory, maybe if I really pushed myself, I could have, but that's totally fine. And if it wasn't for me visiting family, I probably would have been, here every single one of these days. The 24th, 5th, into the 26th as well. But again, only 3 trades, and I think the theme of this weekly recap is that OTC commissions are coming. I think it might be true. There was a post on Reddit, and it seems like starting December the 6th, commissions are going to be a thing with OTCs trading Schwab. So if I'm on Schwab and I'm in and out a position, it's going to be $6.95 in and out. So that's really bad. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to consider trading a larger size, maybe a $30 risk level. And as for the other setups, I think I might stick with 8. But if I feel more comfortable, I might push that up to 15. And I just need to just practice trading with larger size. If it happens at the 6th, which is going to be, just like a week from now, I might have to consider, trading on Schwab. And then the fact that there are going to be commissions, I might as well trade a larger size while I still can commission free and really get good with that. I don't think I'll be going with another broker, although I might consider Interactive Brokers. They do charge fees, but it doesn't seem like it's that much. And yeah, I don't see any other brokers that I would really consider. Fidelity, I just don't like the platform. Maybe if they could do something about it, but for all I know, maybe Fidelity is going to start charging commissions too in the future. So with that all over the way, let's just go over the stats, which I'm not going to take too seriously because I only had 3 trades, but I was green on every single one of them. Unfortunately, only one of them I really traded according to my risk level, which in this case was an $8 risk level. And my average dollar gain was was just $4, and my average percent gain was small. I did trade these 2 setups on the 23rd. I did not really offer that range, although just looking at the chart, it looked very clean. The range wasn't really necessarily there. That's fine, I think. TGGI worked on the 23rd, and that offered a lot of opportunity. My average time in a trade was 2 minutes, which I think is nice because I have been struggling with that, not holding on to positions for a very long time. Just overall getting better, because in the very beginning I was super scalpy. I think I'm doing better, and I made $13 just trading those 2 days with $900 of dollar volume. So I think that's pretty good in terms of how much I traded into how much I earned as a percentage. Obviously, I'd like to do better. I'd like to be in the 3% area, but that's fine. Yeah, just 3 trades. Let's go ahead and go over them. They were 2 morning panic bounce plays and 1 morning panic bounce play higher low setup. Let's look at TGGI for the 22nd. It's trying to run again, and this one has actually been offering a lot of opportunities for morning panic bounce plays, and I have been missing them just because of the vacation and also the 23rd. I could have traded this one. This one ended up being super profitable, best case scenario. There was another one, it seems like, on the 24th as well. Nothing on the day after Thanksgiving. Didn't really trade much volume. Let's go ahead and look at my trade here. My entry was 934 at 158, so 934 right here, 158. So right here I probably hit the ask. Morning panic bounce play, I probably saw some kind of level 2 reversal. In theory, my risk was 155. If it breaks, I get out. Worst case scenario, 15 is my exit. And then with that accounted for slippage, I actually traded a little too large. I should have been at a $15 risk level. Instead, I was at a $24 risk level. So I'm thankful that the setup is something that works more often than not, because if it would have not have worked out, that would have been pretty upsetting to lose more than what in theory I'm trying to risk. My exit was 936, and that was 1618. And I sold in pieces, so this isn't really necessarily, you know, where I sold everything, but I did sell in pieces. Probably some when it initially started to work. I probably sold more up in this range, and probably some at VWAP. But as you can see, this is one example where at least it got to VWAP, just slightly above it, but it didn't do much more. It did ultimately fail. This ended up being the bottom. This thing looked very hard to trade, but that was a move from 14.3 to 15.3, so you know, not really the best range. Best case scenario, maybe 7%. It did make a move past VWAP eventually, you know, after it was holding this level. And sometimes I like going for these. This could be like the morning panic bounce play, higher low setup. So the bottom, the official bottom was here, and then this is like, you know, the higher low off of it. You get in a trade, maybe risk 14, give or take, and try to sell at VWAP, and that was a move from 14.5 to 15, so not much range, but it did get to 15.5, so I guess there's that 7% again, and then it eventually did continue to go under VWAP afterwards, so that was a setup there. A lot of room for improvement? No, not really, other than the fact that I just traded too much size. Let's look at AABB, morning panic bounce play for the 23rd. So right here is the 23rd, not a significant red day, but I traded it, and let's go ahead and highlight it from, I guess, right about here. Alright, my entry was, let me just go down one, 934, 1908, so 934, I guess I'll zoom in a little. It's kind of in the same range. 934 was right here. 1908. So right here was my entry. Morning panic bounce play. Not the cleanest, but it did drop from what? 20.5 to 19. So yeah, clearly that was my issue with that day. I was just picking setups that looked clean in terms of the chart. Maybe not too clean in this case, but you know, I traded it, but it just didn't offer the range, even though I did get in at a pretty nice level at 1908, and my sell was the next minute, actually 935. Alright, 1913. 1913. So right about here was my sell. Really? Was that really just... I barely held on to this. Was that really it? I feel like I did not trade that for such a small amount of time. Yeah, that's it. No, actually, yeah, you see, I knew something was off. I felt, because I'm not, it's actually a great improvement. I'm not holding on the setups for like 40 seconds anymore. I'm actually doing better. Yeah, I ultimately got out of my position, as you can see, you know, buy, and then I got filled. 1908, that was 934, and then my last sell of 500 shares, although I did sell some immediately at 935, my final sell was at 938. It's 41. So yeah, no wonder it felt weird. So yeah, I felt like that was not the right time, and I'm glad I caught it. I just put in the time when I had my first sell, so yeah, now it looks better. I was in the trade for 4 minutes, which brought it up just a little more, so that's pretty cool. Now let's look at 938 at 1913. So right here, 938, 19. Yeah, I still didn't get that much of a sell, actually. Seriously, if I was only able to sell right there, but it did get to VWAP eventually, and it also looks like something hard because of the range it traded. So yeah, this setup just didn't offer that much range. And I did trade AABB because of the fact that it was doing morning panic bounce plays pretty consistently, and I just kept missing it. This was the 23rd, or when was it? Yeah, the 23rd AABB. Yeah, that was the setup I took there. But I swear, did I have like the wrong day? Why should it be that? No, this, yeah, definitely chose the right day, but it was doing morning panic bounce plays previously. and I just kept missing them. So then I finally traded it, but then the range was horrible. Let's look at the last trade, RGBP for the 23rd. So that's the last trade. Right about here, not as significant. Oh, actually looks significant when you do it like that, but not too huge. I don't like how it's all the way back at its lows. Honestly, these things are a great short when they have a nice run up and then they have a little baby run up and it's already struggling with a few red days, but the range isn't necessarily there. Let's look at the 23rd, which is right here. Oh wow, I traded this. All right, so my entry was 946 at 18.2. So I'm gonna guess here, yeah, 946, 18.2. So basically my entry was there. I did get a good entry. Morning panic bounceway has a bottom. Spikes at least shows they can move towards VWAP. Then it downtrends. In theory, you can call it a double bottom, but I'm gonna call it a higher low because it started to hold a bit higher after that one red candle with a lot of volume. And it did get to VWAP. The range just isn't there. It did get to 18.9, but I mean, best case scenario, you're in at 18.1 and you sell at 19, so 5% is the best case scenario. I just shouldn't have picked setups that weren't necessarily offering much range. That was the issue there. I should probably wait for, you know, stocks that have nicer panics. And my sell was 950. That was 18.345. Again, I sold this one in pieces too. Yeah, so I probably sold like right here. You know, not everything, obviously. I sold in pieces, which is something I've been doing, which I can't do if I start having to, you know, be in that situation where I have to trade with commissions. But that was my sell there. Yeah, I mean, it went to 19, but that wasn't really much range. You know, it's good to be in a setup, I think, that maybe offers 20% of range, and then, you know, you only got 3 out of 20%. Not this. This wasn't that nice. And yeah, that's basically it. I think commissions are going to be a thing starting December the 6th. I'll probably consider Interactive Brokers. They don't have a bad platform at all to trade off of, but I'm going to consider trading larger size, picking setups that offer more range. If there's something else I could add to this, I have to keep working on those things because it's going to be harder trading, I think, OTCs with commissions unless I find some other broker. But I'm still going to end up paying commissions probably. Yeah, that's all I have. Let's see if we have any setups on Monday.